What if the reason you haven't manifested what you want is because you want it too much? Sounds crazy, right? We've been conditioned to believe that the more we want something, the more effort we put in, the faster we'll get it. Work harder. Visualize longer. Repeat your affirmations 108 times while staring at a vision board under a full moon. But what if the real reason it's not working is that you're trying too hard? What if wanting is actually a subtle form of resistance? What if chasing is the very thing that keeps what you want running from you? Let that thought simmer for a moment, because once you see this, you can't unsee it. The universe doesn't respond to desperation. Let's take a step back. Think about a time when you really, desperately wanted something. It could have been a relationship, money, a job, an opportunity. You wanted it so bad, you could feel the craving in your bones. And what happened? Either it didn't come, or worse, it slipped through your fingers the moment you got close. That's not random, that's physics, that's energy, that's the backward law in motion. British philosopher Alan Watts once said something that, on the surface, sounds like a paradox. The desire for a positive experience is itself a negative experience. Think about that. The more you desire to be happy, the more you reinforce that you're not happy. The more you chase love, the more you feel the absence of it. The more you want success, the more you embody the energy of lack. Wanting is lack. Chasing is fear. Trying is tension. And the universe, or rather the quantum field, doesn't listen to what you say. It listens to what you are. You don't manifest from thought. You manifest from frequency. Here's where it gets juicy. Your thoughts are important, but your emotional state is the real broadcaster of your reality. When you desperately want something, you're not vibrating in alignment with it. You're vibrating in absence, in urgency, in, I don't have this yet. And so, what does the quantum field give you? More of that same signal. The law of attraction doesn't speak English. It speaks vibration. And when your vibration is rooted in, I need this, it reflects back more situations that affirm the needing, not the having. The real secret isn't wanting more. It's wanting less. Now, this doesn't mean you give up on your desires. It means you stop gripping them so tightly. You stop telling the universe what it must deliver, how, and by when. Because here's the irony. The more you demand certainty, the more uncertain life becomes. The more you surrender to uncertainty, the more life becomes effortless. We think letting go means failure. But in the quantum field, letting go is the code that opens the channel. It's the ultimate sign of trust. And trust is the most attractive frequency there is. Trying to manifest from resistance is like trying to swim upstream in a raging river. You're fighting the current, exhausting yourself, going nowhere. But the moment you let go, you stop fighting, you trust the flow. You're carried. You didn't give up. You got smart. Because the current already knows the way, and your effort, it was the only thing slowing you down. So if you've been asking yourself, why isn't it working? Why hasn't it happened yet? What am I doing wrong? Maybe the answer isn't to do more. Maybe the answer is to undo what's blocking you, and what's blocking you might be your own resistance disguised as desire. This is the backward law, and this is just the beginning. Let's go deeper. You've probably heard this 100 times. Let it go, and it will come. Surrender is the key. The universe will bring it when you stop needing it. Sounds beautiful. Sounds spiritual. But does it make sense? How does letting go actually change anything? Isn't that just giving up? Here's the twist. In the world of quantum manifestation, letting go is not passive. It's one of the most powerful commands you can send to the field, and the moment you truly release, you stop being a signal of lack and become a signal of alignment. Let's translate that into quantum language. The quantum field is a sea of possibilities. Infinite timelines, infinite realities, all coexisting in a wave of potential. Nothing is fixed until you observe it. This is known as the collapse of the wave function. But here's where most people misunderstand. Observation doesn't just mean looking at something. It means fixating, attaching, obsessing with emotional charge. When you focus on something with neediness, you don't Just observe it. You collapse it into absence. You keep activating the version of reality where it isn't happening, and the quantum responds accordingly. It's not what you look at. It's how you look at it. Manifestation is a mirror, not a machine. Think of reality like a mirror. If you frown at it, it doesn't smile back. If you beg the mirror to reflect joy, it only keeps showing your tension. But when you shift your own expression, the mirror shifts instantly. The quantum field is the same. It doesn't give you what you ask for with your words. It gives you what you're being, energetically, in every moment. So when you let go, you're not quitting. You're telling the field, I trust you. I know it's already mine. I don't need to chase, because I'm already aligned. And that signal, that's what brings it to you. Desire is fire. Attachment is smoke. There's nothing wrong with wanting. Desire is sacred. It's creative. It moves you. But when desire turns into attachment, you've crossed the line from expansion into resistance. Desire says, I would love to experience this. Attachment says, if I don't have this, I'm not enough. I can't be happy until this happens. See the difference? Desire is clear. Attachment is cloudy. Desire is fire. Attachment is smoke. The universe can feel the difference. So, can you? The science of letting go. Bruce Lipton, cellular biologist and pioneer of epigenetics, teaches that your body is always responding to the chemical signals of your thoughts. When you're anxious, desperate, needy, you flood your system with cortisol, adrenaline, stress hormones. That's not a manifesting state. That's a survival state. And nothing new can be created when your nervous system is locked in survival. But when you release, mentally, emotionally, energetically, your body softens. Your heart rate slows. Your brain waves shift into coherence. That's when the signal becomes clear. That's when the field starts to respond. Letting go is not just a mindset. It's a biological shift into receptivity. Here's the pattern you'll start to see once you integrate this. You try hard, delays. You let go, caution movement. You stress about it, harsh silence. You forget about it. It shows up. It feels magical. But it's not magic. It's mechanics of energy, of frequency, of flow. The quantum field is always listening, but it only responds when the signal is free of interference. And that's what letting go is, clearing the static, so the message can be heard and delivered. You don't need to fight for what's already yours. You just need to stop fighting against it. Letting go isn't giving up. It's stepping into alignment with a reality that already exists. You're not creating it from scratch. You're allowing it to catch up with you. Ready for what comes next? Because now that you understand the power of letting go, it's time to take the next leap. What if you could step into the version of yourself who already has it all, right now? In the next minutes, we will explore the science and spirituality behind quantum jumping, and how to shift timelines without force. There's a version of you who's already living the life you want. They already have the love you crave, the peace you seek, the confidence you dream of, the freedom, the abundance, the alignment. It's all real, all happening. The question is not if that version exists. The question is, are you ready to step into it? Because quantum jumping is not a metaphor. It's not woo-woo wishful thinking. It's a real phenomenon, supported by quantum physics, neuroscience, and the ancient knowing that consciousness is the architect of reality. And today, you're going to learn how to do it. So, what is quantum jumping really? In simple terms, quantum jumping is the act of shifting your dominant frequency to match the version of yourself living in another timeline, and then watching your reality morph to catch up. It's not about time travel. It's not about escaping your current life. It's about stepping into a new vibrational identity so fully that the quantum field can't help but rearrange itself to reflect it. It's based on the principle that all versions of you already exist in the field. You don't have to create the life you want. You just have to tune in to the you who's already living it. How this works in the quantum field. In quantum mechanics, there's a concept called the multiverse. An idea that every decision, every possibility, creates a new reality. Your current life is just one expression of infinite outcomes. Imagine this. Your life is a radio. Each timeline is a station. You're currently tuned into one frequency, but with a simple shift, you can lock onto a completely different broadcast. One where you're already healed, aligned, and living your purpose. The dial is your consciousness. The tuner is your identity. Change the identity, and you change the signal. Change the signal, and the universe must respond. The role of identity in quantum jumps. This is the part most people miss. You don't get what you want. You get what you believe you are. If you're trying to manifest abundance but still identify as someone struggling, you'll keep jumping back into lack, no matter how many affirmations you say. If you want love but feel unworthy, you'll unconsciously jump into timelines of rejection, confusion, or chasing. The leap is not outside, it's inside. You shift timelines by shifting who you're being, in thought, in feeling, in frequency. The you who already has it isn't trying to get it, they're living it, they embody it. And the fastest way to jump timelines is to ask yourself, what version of me already has this? And how do they move, speak, feel, decide, then become them? A micro shift, a massive jump. Don't think you need to change everything overnight. Sometimes, a single aligned decision, a brave yes, a firm no, a shift in posture, a deep breath before reacting, is all it takes to start collapsing the old timeline and stepping into a new one. This is not about pretending. It's not about faking confidence or lying to yourself. It's about becoming energetically congruent with what you truly desire, and watching the quantum mirror adjust to match your signal. A simple quantum jumping exercise. Try this tonight. Before bed tonight, close your eyes and breathe deeply. Imagine a version of you who already has what you want. See them in detail. Where are they? What do they wear? How do they walk? What do they believe? Now here's the shift. Step into their body. Feel what they feel. Merge with their frequency. Let it imprint into your nervous system. Then, as you drift off to sleep, whisper to yourself, "This is who I am now." The subconscious is most receptive at night. Your identity is malleable in that space between waking and dreaming. And that's when the jump becomes real. The version of you you're dreaming of is dreaming of you too. They're not separate. You are already connected, entangled, waiting for the moment you say, "I remember who I am." And the moment you decide, fully, clearly, energetically, to become that version of you, reality doesn't resist. It reconfigures. Your imagination is the code that reprograms reality. Imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. Albert Einstein, you've been taught that imagination is for children, that it's cute, creative, but not real. But what if imagination is the most powerful technology you own? What if it's not just a mental escape, but a spiritual interface that directly connects your consciousness to the quantum field? Because here's the truth. Your imagination isn't passive. It's programmable energy, and it's already writing the code that becomes your reality. What you imagine, you become. When you imagine a future version of yourself, confident, abundant, loved, and you feel it as real, your brain doesn't know the difference between the imagined and the actual. This isn't a metaphor, this is neuroscience. According to Dr. Joe Dispenza, when you hold a vivid image in your mind, paired with a strong emotional state, you're literally rewiring your brain, creating new neural pathways and conditioning your body to a new state of being. You're not waiting for the experience, you're becoming the experience first. And that shift in state is what causes the quantum mirror to respond. Long before science confirmed it, Neville Goddard was teaching this. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Live in the end. The world is yourself pushed out. He wasn't speaking poetry, he was speaking quantum code. Neville knew that imagination, fueled by emotion, sends a signal to the field stronger than any spoken word, because the universe doesn't respond to begging. It responds to embodied belief. When you imagine yourself already having the thing and feel it as real, you collapse the potential into form. You step into the version of yourself that exists in the timeline where it's already done. Now, let's get honest. Most people visualize, affirm, and daydream, but don't manifest. Why? Because they don't feel it. They treat imagination like a wish, not a command. You can't just picture a thing. You have to become the one who already lives it. That means accessing not just the image, but the energy of that reality. What does that version of you believe? What do they no longer doubt? What emotional state do they wake up in? When you imagine, with that kind of depth, you're no longer hoping. You're uploading instructions into the quantum and reality. Follows code. How to code your reality, the process. Here's a simple but powerful framework you can use. Visualize. Close your eyes. Create a vivid image of your future self, not just what they have, but who they've become. Feel. Activate the emotions they live in daily. Joy, confidence, gratitude, peace. Let your nervous system feel like it's already happening. Imprint. Repeat this daily, right after waking or just before sleep. That's when your subconscious is most open, and your signal is strongest. Detach. Let it go. Don't look for proof. Live your day aligned with that version of you. Not obsessing over how or when, because the quantum doesn't need timelines. It only needs clarity. Your imagination is not a toy. It's a transmitter, a spell, a doorway to the version of you that's already living the dream. The question is not whether the universe is responding. The question is, what are you imagining into being without even realizing it? Choose wisely. Feel deeply. Imagine deliberately. Because every thought you plant with emotion is a seed the quantum cannot ignore. Your energy is magic. But here's why it's not working yet. Let's get real. You've meditated. You've visualized. You've said your affirmations with feeling. You've imagined your dream life in detail, maybe even cried during the process. And still, nothing changes. Why? Are you doing it wrong? Is the universe ignoring you? Is manifestation just a lie? No. But here's the truth. Your energy is magic. But magic doesn't work in distortion. The quantum field doesn't respond to words. It responds to vibration. And vibration only becomes magnetic when it's clean, consistent, and aligned. You might be sending mixed signals without even realizing it. Outwardly, you're affirming abundance. But inwardly, you're still checking your bank balance 10 times a day with anxiety. You're visualizing love, but deep down, you're waiting for rejection. You're saying, I believe, but emotionally, you're still doubting, comparing, controlling. And here's the quantum kicker. The field mirrors your dominant frequency, not your conscious intention. It doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to what you are in resonance with, emotionally, energetically, subconsciously. Energetic incoherence. Mixed reality. Dr. Joe Dispenza calls this incoherence. It's when your heart says one thing, your mind says another, and your body feels something completely different. That's like trying to tune into a radio station with static interference. The song is there, but you can't hear it. The signal can't come through. The universe works the same way. When your energy is fragmented, you keep jumping between timelines. You manifest a little, then lose it. You attract the opportunity, but sabotage it. You feel aligned until fear pulls you back. This isn't because you're broken. It's because you're out of vibrational coherence. The most magnetic people don't manifest through force. They manifest through state. They don't chase. They calibrate. Their frequency speaks for them. You can feel it. They walk into a room and something shifts. They don't beg. They embody. This level of energetic alignment isn't about perfection. It's about congruence. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions are saying the same thing, you become a clear signal, and the universe loves clarity. 3 signs you're out of alignment and how to fix it. Let's make it practical. Here are 3 signs your energy might be blocking your magic, and how to recalibrate. 1. You're obsessed with the outcome fix. Let it breathe. Surrender the when and how. Return to presence. Ask, what would I do today if I already had it? 2. You're attached to results as proof fix. Shift from needing evidence to trusting the process. Remember, the field responds after the shift, not before. 3. You're performing, not feeling fix. Stop going through the motions. Drop in. Feel the energy behind the practice. Ask, am I doing this to create or to convince myself it's working? When you become the frequency, reality has no choice. Here's the truth you've been waiting for. You are not waiting for your manifestation. Your manifestation is waiting for your full alignment. When you shift into vibrational coherence, not just thinking it, but living it, breathing it, being it, the quantum field can't ignore you, because it's already entangled with the version of you that has everything you desire. You just have to become that version, so the two can finally meet. Let go, align, receive, the quantum truth you've always known. If this message stirred something inside you, if a part of you, the quiet, ancient part, finally exhaled, like it was just waiting for permission to stop forcing, then hear this. You were never meant to chase. You were always meant to attract, because your energy is magic. But only when it's free. Free from pressure, free from doubt, free from proving, pushing, performing. The moment you stop grasping, you start receiving. Not because the universe suddenly decides to give you what you want, but because it finally recognizes the clarity of your signal. So if this resonated, if your body feels lighter, if your heart just said yes, leave a comment below and declare your shift. I allow the universe to bring it to me. Let that be your vibration. Let that be your new default state, because when you let go, you become a magnet. You stop chasing timelines and start collapsing them into now.